Hi guys, I'm Woodcraft Hamster and I thought I'd do another video in my SE6 mods series today, and what I'm going to look at is the finish on the blade. Now you've seen me take off the protective paint coating that came on the knife, and I'm looking today to put my own coating back on, and for that I'm going to use this, which is a gun blue. I've used this on axe heads and other bladed tools in the past, and it gives a really nice finish. It's not the most protective of finishes in the world. Obviously the one that came with it would be more so, but I prefer the look of sort of almost the natural metal with the gun blue on it, as opposed to a sort of a thick painted coating. But what I'm going to do, let me move you a bit closer in, and we'll make a start. Right then guys, so here is the blade. As you can see, I have masked it off just with a little bit of masking tape, and my intention is, what I want to do is, because I don't know how this finish is going to turn out on this particular knife, I'm going to blue the handle area. A, because if I don't like it I can hide it with the scales, and B, I just want to have a look at how that turns out first before I move on to the blade. If I do, what I may do is just do the handle area, the edges of the handle, and down the back blade of the back of the spine. You can just about see here, guys, what I've done is I've ground away a little bit of the metal on the back of the spine so that it will take a better spark from a ferro rod. So that's basically my plan for today. I've put on a pair of latex gloves. The reason for that is this gun blue is nasty stuff and you really don't want to get it on your hands. What it will do is it will stain your skin and it will take an age to come off. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the blue. I've already taken off the childproof cap so I don't make myself look like an idiot on camera, and I'm just going to take one of these little cotton buds and just apply a very small amount of this gun blue onto the handle area, just to see kind of how it reacts. And at the moment we're not getting any colour change. That may be because of the bead blasted finish, and I had considered that it may be a problem, but there is a little bit of darkening going on, so I'm going to stick with it. I'm just going to basically get a coating all over this blade, or all over the handle should I say, just to see how it reacts in a couple of minutes time, and we'll go from there. Now, if any of you have ever blued anything in the past, be it a gun or a blade or what have you, there's a very distinctive smell involved with bluing metal. I'm getting a sort of a very light whiff of that, not so much as what I've smelt in the past when I've blued axe heads and things like that. So it may just be that it takes a little bit longer on this particular type of metal. And as I say, this bead blasted finish may well be preventing this this blue from taking particularly well. So there's definitely a darkening between the handle and the blade, not as noticeable as I was expecting, in all honesty. So what I'll do, let me just flip this over and do the other side of the handle, and I think what I'll do is I'll just leave this sitting here sort of in real time. I may speed up the footage for the benefit of you guys, and I'll just give this 5 minutes once it's coated, just to see if we get any noticeable sort of changes. Right then guys, this has been a couple of minutes now, and hopefully, as you can see from the camera there's been very little change. The handle is moderately darker, but certainly not by much. It's still a little bit damp in places. and it may just be that I need to give this a good few more applications before it starts to darken significantly, which is not to be unexpected in all fairness. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut just for a second. I'm going to give this another couple of coatings, let them dry properly, and I'll come back and I'll show you how we're getting on. Right then guys, so since I've been away I've given everything a quick rub down with some emery cloth, and that has helped the blue to pick up quite nicely, as you can see. I've also extended that bluing just down to where the actual sharp section of the blade starts, just because I thought it would look slightly nicer, and what I'm hoping for now is that once these scales are on, you've got sort of almost like a two-tone blade effect, which I think will look quite nice. What I've also just done very briefly is taken some emery cloth down the spine of the blade as well, and all I'm going to do, just to finish things up, just to keep the back spine of the blade completely uniform, and I do like the idea of it staying uniform, is just apply a little bit of this blue finish onto the back edge of the spine. Now it will take a few applications, which I'm quite happy to sit here and do. I won't bore you guys with it. So what I'll do, I'm going to let this do its stuff, and I'll come back once we're done. Right then guys, so we are done. Now hopefully this will pick up well enough on the camera. If I keep it sort of here, you can sort of see the sort of two-tone effect straight away. And I'm glad that I brought the finish down a little bit further past the handles now. And again, if I show you the spine, if I show you it sort of all together, so you've got a continuous black spine, which means, in my view certainly, that it won't now look out of place having sort of half black and half the original colour. You can just about see where my finger is here, where I've ground away part of the blade. Looks a little bit more untidy than the rest of it, but that is now throwing off some really nice sparks from a ferro rod. And having just done that, that coating is still absolutely fine. It will eventually over time start to degrade, and it'll just be a quick touch up and a reapply. But so far, yeah, I'm really pleased with it. So I hope it was useful, guys. Comments and questions in the box below. Hit like and subscribe if you'd like to see more, and I hope you'll all join me for the final part next time. Thanks guys.